America, end of the 19th century. A time of unprecedented change and opportunity, when intense industrialization transformed the face of industry. New technologies connected many Americans like never before. Rapid urbanization attracted more and more people from the country to new-look towns and cities. And pay increases allowed some Americans to buy the lifestyles they'd always dreamed of. This period in American history became known as the Gilded Age. But when famous writer Mark Twain coined the term in 1873, he was actually being sarcastic. Because when something is gilded, it's covered with a thin skin of gold to hide what's beneath. And under the veneer of opulence that some Americans enjoyed at the time, life for those who fell through the cracks was defined by inequality and hardship. In truth, the Gilded Age was an era of contrasts. At one end of the spectrum were people like wealthy industrialists Andrew Carnegie and J.P. Morgan, who took full advantage of the country's vast natural resources and a chronic lack of labor regulations to build business empires that benefited themselves and their families. At the other end was a growing underclass of struggling Americans and disillusioned immigrants who found themselves plunged into poverty. In the world of politics, the Gilded Age saw the rise of labor movements, and political parties gave voice to the working class. While the Grant administration pushed through many civil rights reforms as part of Reconstruction, but there was also widespread corruption, and government did little to improve sanitation and healthcare in the poorest areas, meaning that millions of Americans died from preventable diseases. The Gilded Age saw America reinvent itself as a powerhouse of industry and commerce, where the steel, oil, and rail industries boomed. But it was also a time when the rich got richer, the poor stayed poor, and rapid industrialization sowed the seeds of an environmental crisis we're still dealing with. How might we be living in a Gilded Age today?